Boo boo, what is going on? Well, actually, let's cut these lights on. Okay, so first of all, I want to say welcome. I'm glad you're here watching this video. Welcome, patrons and YouTube members. I've been wanting to do this for a long time. Oh, and special thank you to all who actually purchased this video. What happens is what you have given, you guys paying for this is what contributes to future travels, future experiences, which will be shared, of course. But what I really want to focus on, especially this month, is making sure that I am giving you guys more access. It's you all, patrons and YouTube members, who help allow me to do what I do, who help me to, I'm going to show you something. I haven't really presented it in the vlog yet, but Creation Station number 3, the official long-term Creation Station, is right now. And I want to make sure that I'm giving you guys, I always had an idea of I wanted to make sure that you guys have access. People pay for access to me. I don't want to charge for content. I want to charge for people who want more access to me. This is why I've went into one-on-one coaching, all to have more access outside of the vlog for people who want more. So I want to say thank you guys, everyone here, YouTube members, patrons, and people who actually purchased this. I want to say a big thank you. I hope you guys enjoy this. This will be very insightful, what you're about to watch. It's a video that was filmed on my birthday. It was supposed to be a vlog, and then it turned into something so much more. I hope it will provide value, show you another side of me, inside access into my life here, Dana, the dog, Luna. There's so many different things. And I'm really excited for this because I've wanted to make special access content for you all, and I wasn't sure how. So this is like the first installment of it. I was gonna make it in 2 parts, but it's gonna be in 1 part, 1 video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you guys so much for supporting me, especially YouTube members and patrons. It's because of you I'm able to do what I do. So just real quick before we get started, because I'm not coming back in the video at all. Well, I'm already filmed the ending and all that kind of stuff. But I want to say thank you so much. You help me do what I do. Your support with me helps to, you guys water the tree, which is me, which is able to give fruit to other people, provide shade for people. But without watering the tree, as I've said before, it makes it very difficult. So I hope you enjoy this. We're going to be going from Creation Station number 1 to the jungle to a whole bunch of stuff. Relax, sit back, enjoy. It's about 50 something minutes long. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed, and thank you guys so much for the support. And I'm excited to film even more videos like this for you guys, provide you guys access into Luke LifeCharms. Enjoy.
Today is your 34th birthday.
Yep.
And so you're going to answer 34 questions.
34 questions. Okay.
And I'm going to hit you with them throughout various times at the day, but we're going to start with number 1 here.
Boom.
And I've got a list of 25,
all right,
and the remaining 9 are going to be from your audience. I'm going to get their help with some questions.
Sounds great.
All right. So question number 1, what's the biggest difference between 34 and 24?
34 and 24. Well, the pro athlete side of me says that at 24, when something hurts, there's a reason. Like, oh, I fell, that's why it hurts. And at 34, it's like you just wake up and something hurts. There doesn't have to be a reason. That's
all right.
One of the biggest things.
You ready? You were going to be spending your birthday last year, your 34th birthday, if I had asked you on your 33rd.
33rd, well, I was traveling and I knew I'd probably be going back to play this year. I'd say I'd be with my new teammates. We'd be probably trying to decide whatever border we're closer to living to, Belgium or Spain. We were going to go celebrate it, and yeah, that would be it. Definitely not in Bali, let's just say that.
All right.
Yeah. Is that number 2 question?
I guess so.
Boom.
Off the cuff. Where do you see yourself at 44?
Where do I see myself at 44? On a stage helping so many of you all, and also hosting a lot of the events virtual with all of these people live and me in the center, and I'm able to help everyone even if they can't make it, even if you guys can't make it to a place. And that'll be like my kind of normal cool thing to do. but helping people at a larger scale overall. Big scale.
10 years from now, what else, man? Come on, you got a lot of time in there. 10 years.
10 years.
What else?
I mean, that's a lot. I mean, helping more people. That's what it's all about.
All right.
Yeah. Maybe on a private jet doing it, but helping people. I didn't say where. I could be on my own Necker Island, my own private island, but helping people. That will be what I'm doing there.
Personal life?
Personal life? Married, a bunch of kids running around, which is why I'm on the private jet away from everyone. And jumping out the plane with parachute on.
All right. Makasi.
You remember that gesture I did like this? She was gonna give it to me first.
She must have inherently known it was your birthday.
Yeah, or she just knew it was me.
Tell me about the worst job you ever had.
The worst job I ever had. Well, I kind of only really had one kind of job. I worked at Target one summer in college, working from like 2 to 11. I remember that. It was such a brief moment. It was like a 2-month period, but I remember just like wanting to enjoy the day and not being able to see the sunset, not being able to leave even if I wanted to. And I remember thinking that I should start smoking cigarettes because if I smoked cigarettes, that meant I could go outside.
And then you would get a break.
Yeah. And I was like,
I used to do this at Costco.
Yeah, I was this close. But I'm glad that I had that job because it really made me understand that 9 to 5 world kind of. So I understand people feeling like, I need to get out, I know there's more. And that's how I almost took up smoking just so I could get out of there. And like I say, that was one summer when I was 18, but I remember that. And yeah, that would probably been the worst.
So what was your like takeaway lesson from it?
Takeaway lesson is there is more. You're pondering, I wonder if there's more. There is. And I wish I had known. I didn't know that there are people out there living their dream and traveling and doing that. I wasn't aware of that world. And once you see it, and you guys who have traveled, you know, like, you can't unsee it. That's why so many of you guys can't wait to get back to Bali or can't wait to, and you can actually live that life on your terms. Not just 1 week a year, but actually live it. That's what I would say.
Is that what you're doing now?
I'm doing my best. Of course, that's what I'm doing now.
There we go. There's the Leo. By the end of this, I'm gonna get Luke talking to the camera like he doesn't know it exists. Because he talks a little bit differently to the camera than he does to me, just slightly.
Of course. The camera, you kind of switch like, okay, boom. The eye contact,
I'm gonna put it here, like this.
What do you want me to say? Just talking very normal?
Yeah.
You guys hear that? I talk very normal in the podcast, don't I?
Yeah.
But you kind of have to emphasize it a little bit more on camera. Just like when I'm talking on camera to you guys, I'm moving my hands like this, because you don't see that when you're there. I'm hiding my hands and talking to you like this.
Oh, well, you do that in real life. You move your hands around like that.
I guess I'm always holding the camera.
You're a very animated person.
Yeah. But I find on camera sometimes, I've seen vlogs where I'm editing and I'm just like, so guys, today we're gonna probably go, I don't know, to Ubu Draw, maybe get some coffee. And on this, if you're with me, it's like, oh, okay, cool. But if you're watching the video, I'm editing it like Luke, a little bit energy, right? Speak to the camera.
Speak to the people, Luke. Our cacao, we're slowly drinking it. How is it? Is it good?
It's amazing, yeah.
Yeah? We discovered this at a place called Zest, right?
Just,
I've been cutting coffee out, so it's a great supplement.
pocket, and when he reached around, he had 4 more phones on the sides of his hip.
What?
Yeah.
Why? Did you ask him?
Yeah, so I'm like, man, I'm sorry if this is rude just to ask you, but why do you have all these phones? I think he had like 7 phones on his hip. And he's like, you seem like a cool kid, so I'll tell you. He's like, I'm actually working for the task force in the FBI. Yeah, he said he's working for the task force in the FBI because he said in Cleveland, from Cleveland to Canada, over that Lake Erie. Canada. Over the Canada. But over Lake Erie, it's the #1 drug trafficking place.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
I wonder why. Like just the least monitored, or like what?
I don't know.
Easiest somehow.
Yeah, and you think no, because I mean, first of all, they're regulated because Lake Erie freezes. So half the year you kind of have off. But I guess, I don't know. But I remember he's like, I was working with the task force for the FBI. And he's like, it's the #1 trafficking place. Right? He said right now in the States. I was like, whoa.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Did he tell you what the phones were for?
No, I didn't go that deep.
No.
Even then I had my Navy SEALs instinct. I'm like, he's already told me way too much because he felt comfortable. And if I dig in, his defense response will be like, wait, actually, who are you?
Yeah.
I know. Us FBI secret agents, we know what we're doing.
It's a little loud here. I have a few surprises for Luke up my sleeve. One of them is he loves carrot cake. So I found a place locally that does a cute little carrot cake. I'm gonna show you guys, and it's called Ruth's. Check it out. Cute little shop, locally owned. So we're gonna pick up his carrot cake, and I will share some of my other surprises with you guys. This is Christine. She's shy, but she helped me so much. She got me a cake and candles, so we're ready. And it's gonna be delicious. I'll share with you later. Thank you, bye. Here's how it's looking. It's a carrot cake in there. I'm excited. I was gonna take it all the way to the place that we're going with us, but I think I'm actually gonna plan a lunch instead. We're gonna eat it at lunch because I'm a little bit worried about it melting to pieces inside of my scooter on the ride to where we're going. So I have a surprise booked for Luke. He kind of knows what it is, but he doesn't know the details. We're going glamping. So I've booked this place that's really cool. It has like hybrids of tents with cottages in the middle of the jungle out near a place called Jatilui, where there's these rolling rice fields that you can go on treks through. So I've arranged also for us over the next couple of days, we're gonna be going on a jungle hike with a guide who is gonna be taking us into the forest and teaching us some really cool survival skills, which Luke's all about. And I'm also going to take us on a trek through the rice fields so that we can check that out, because it's a place we've actually been meant to go for a while. Luke actually, when we first met, had heard about them, and he said, you know, I want to go to these rice fields. And I ended up staying at a place that was a farm out in the middle of nowhere that he ended up coming and joining me on, but we never made it to the rice fields, even though it was kind of in that location. So we're gonna go there over the next couple of days. And we're gonna set up a lunch right now here at home so that when he arrives, I have some food for us and we can eat before we head out, and we can eat that delicious cake. And then we have a candlelit dinner tonight at the resort where it is that we're going. So stay tuned, more surprises coming. Just ran to the store, got a cigar, celebratory cigar, and some local Polynesian rum as well. Haven't tried it before, but felt celebratory. Picked what I was intuitively led to. So I also got some stuff to cook. I'm just putting everything on for lunch. You can see here, getting it all going. Got some fresh herbs, making it happen. So, but this vlog isn't about me, so I will see you when Luke gets home. Hey, babe. How you doing? Huh? Double door. Luna? Is Daddy home? ricotta ravioli with a tomato sauce and a rosemary and thyme gnocchi with a brown butter sauce. Gonna be good. We sang.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Getting old.
This is a little cutscene. Have no idea where we're off to. I think we're going somewhere maybe an hour away, hour and a half away. I think an hour and 26 minutes away. Looks like it's gonna rain, but I'm jumping in here. I have no idea what's been going on today. I've seen the result, which is amazing. And yeah, I guess we're off to where, I guess we're off to, I have no idea.
There's one thing you could tell someone who's 34 years old and unhappy in their life, what would it be?
Well, first of all, I'd say definitely contact me or you, but I would say that you're really behind in understanding that, but it's great you've recognized it, and now it's time that you definitely do something about it. You don't have, time is not on your side. You have plenty of time, it's not on your side. So I would say definitely start doing something about it, actively doing something about it. You know, a lot of people like that at 22, they have time, they can mess up. At 34, it's like honestly, the truth is like, it's time to get things together. You know, you have the rest of your life, but it's time to get on the right path. And it's never too late, even if you're 54 watching this, or 74. Look at the guy who invented KFC, he was like 78 or something. But you recognize it, that's the biggest step, so I'm proud of you for that. Now do something about it.
Boom.
I'll come back and close it.
I have 2 questions for you.
Let's go.
What's the greatest coincidence you've ever had? Greatest
Coincidence. Might sound crazy, meeting you. If people know the real story, that's pretty like crazy. Yeah.
Are you gonna tell them the real story?
Of course, they'll get that in another video.
All right. And question number 2, this is from Vegan Jelly on Instagram.
Okay.
Do you know how wonderful you are?
No, I don't. Tell me. Leo, come on.
He knows. Just dropped off Luna. What's your number 1 birthday wish?
And one birthday wish?
That's PG.
It's PG. And one birthday wish is that I just continue doing what I'm doing more efficiently, more effectively. Just in my life, just a birthday, because it's just a day. But at this stage in time, I hope that I just keep on advancing. Whatever I get helps advance me. The people I'm around help me advance. That would be it.
You may proceed to the next round. All right. Through the rain, through it all, how are you feeling?
Relieved that we're here.
Happy?
Yeah, you guys don't know, we've made a lot of moves a lot of times, going through a lot of mountains. This one was tough, but not as tough as what we've been through. Some mountains having to push the bikes up, almost out of gas.
Yeah.
Bike almost falling, and you don't have grip on your shoes.
Yep.
But yeah.
So this was cakewalk.
Yeah. Cakewalk.
Transformation that you've had this year?
Interesting. That's changed like each month. But I definitely say right now the ability to surrender, like surrendering the need to have things figured out, the need to understand like, well, this has to go like this and like this, surrendering the how, just like the art of surrender, basically. And it's been the biggest transformation because that's allowed me to let go of a lot of things that I was holding on to that wouldn't let me, and old belief systems I was holding on to that wouldn't let me like advance into the next phase, so to speak.
Mm-hmm. I love it.
Yeah.
And a question from Barrington My Name on Insta. He wants to know who's your inspiration in life.
It's been changing. The top one's always been there. It's always been LeBron and Dwayne Johnson, The Rock. But now the inspiration really is myself. Like looking at myself from an outside perspective. Like, don't let myself down. Seeing what I'm like, oh, you keep on doing, that's great. And it might sound a little bit conceited, but I think when you learn to love yourself and you're proud of yourself, you don't hold yourself guilty for me, for example, having a day off. It's like very inspiring to myself to see, wow, Luke, you're able to take a day off and just relax and not feel guilty about it. You're allowed to receive this gift of being in this hotel from your amazing girlfriend. Like, you're allowed to receive it and not feel like, okay, now I gotta outdo her for her birthday, or I gotta outdo her like next week and do something special, but just like receiving. And yeah. This is gonna be like this is like a feature length like documentary film. Legit.
We're killing it.
Legit.
This epic thermos she's got.
With hot water?
Yeah.
Tea. Okay. Still don't know what's going on with this, but I think I'll make the intro to this. This started out to be like a birthday video, like highlight, but this is turning into like a feature length, The Art of the Charm, so to speak. That might be the name of it. The Art of the Charm, filmed on my birthday. Yeah, that might be it. Hey, this is gonna be like a feature length film. And I think it's gonna be called The Art of the Charm.
Oh, okay.
And it was filmed on my birthday. So the original plan was like, oh, this will be the birthday. But no, it's kind of like The Art of the Charm, the behind the scenes of a lot of things. And it's gonna be
The real Luke. He wears matching outfits with his car. Perfect.
Makasih.
Selamat makan.
Makasih.
Terima kasih.
The delay in it, right?
Yeah. Michelle Plant asked.
Wow, you remember names so good. Okay.
She asked, what are parts of your story that woke you up to your experience?
Parts of my story?
I remember she asked it specifically like that. What are some parts of your story that woke you up in your experience? So I think maybe, I mean, what came to me was like spiritual awakening, or like really woke you up to like life and like the things that are important in life.
Parts of my story, I guess it's where I followed the plan of other people. Like what people told me I should do. Like, so I followed that, so that became part of my story, and I realized like, well, I'm still not happy. Like I had that degree. Like I guess the biggest part of my story that woke me up was, okay, being a pro athlete, as you guys know, is like, the chances of it is crazy. But once you get in that world, the chances of staying in it and all this are crazy as well. And for me, when I arrived as a pro, the dream was, okay, once you make it as a pro, sorry, behind the scenes, Dana's eating, I'm looking at food just drop down her face. But I'm still concentrated. We're rolling, camera's rolling. And I remember playing for a team, and the dream is of an overseas player is you find a team, you become the best player in the team, and you make that team rise up to the next league by winning the championship. Then you get signed for a big contract, and that's the best way to do it. And I went my whole career trying to do that, and we just never won a championship. And then we finally did make it to a championship where we moved up. And at that point in time, I didn't get re-signed with my team like I thought it was. And that was the big wake up, because I was just like, wait, like that, like it was supposed to happen. This was supposed to be the thing, you know? And even though I was in my dream, it was living my dream life and dream job, I was like, that, it should have been that. That's what people said. And then it didn't work out, and I was just like, you know what? I really want to live like life on my own terms. What does that mean? So then I started to realize, like, maybe in my personal life and other things in my life, that what people said wasn't true. You know, maybe, so then I took that with me traveling, go to another country. I realized, like, wait, people said people were rude here. And then I go there and I realized, like, wait, people are super nice here. And then people say, well, then I took it to my beliefs, like, whatever, I can't even think of a limiting belief, the strongest belief that I had. A recent strong belief, let's see, we've talked about a lot. What's a strong
belief that you have, or like that
strong
people
belief
have tried to endow
that
on
people
you?
have put on me.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. It's a great question.
Well,
though,
like
by the way.
Poland was one of them that you bring up over and over again. Like you said, you were really scared to go to Poland.
Yeah. Also, in the book that's come out, it might be out by the time this is out. Yeah, people just told me, like, don't go. Like, it's horrible. The people are racist. They're gonna. I heard so much stuff, and I finally just took that leap. Like, I'm gonna go opposite now of what people are telling me, because I need to figure out this journey on my own. So I think it was understanding that we listen to other people to tell us how to live our life and to tell us how we should do things, which make up our story, which make up our belief system. And you realize, like, wait, how is someone going to tell me to get where they've never gone through walking in my shoes? Or we take people's validations from, they're not even valid to say this, they've never done this. And for me, it was understanding that, wait a minute, my story, I'm the main character in my own story. But at the same time, I'm the author of this book of my story. And it's like, why am I getting other people's advice on this? Like, if I feel led to do this, then why should I let what someone else say stop me? And I think that it was the one thing that was in common with the basketball, with the belief system, was that it was always me listening to an outside force or person or something, culture, to tell me this is how to do it. And at the end of the day, it was understanding that it's you who makes up your story, and you can live it trying to fill in the blanks of a story that someone else has drawn for you and they just left you a space. Like, I want to grow up and be, boom, just choose an answer. A, B, C, D. You can choose that, or you can understand this isn't a multiple choice. This isn't a short answer. This is like my life. I write it how I want to. And yeah, that was like one of the big things. You can fail doing something you hate. So why not fail trying to do something you love?
Boom. Exactly.
Oh, yeah. Great question, Michelle. That's a good question.
So, I believe it was someone named Daniel. I might be wrong, but because I left my phone in the room to charge.
Okay.
But I believe Daniel was the one, and he asked, "Are you planning on staying long term in Bali and potentially buying a house?"
Oh, interesting. First one, long time in Bali, yes. Buying a house, possibly in the future. It's not out the window. But yeah, great question. I think potentially buying a house is very possible. But right now, it's been really awesome and beneficial moving around, from being in Canggu, busy, tourists, like, well, not so busy at the time of me filming this. But having that freedom is pretty awesome. Knowing, like, oh, we're gonna move to this side of the island, or go to here, or go here. It's been pretty fun, and not limiting ourselves or limiting myself, going and just, this is it, this is where we're staying, not moving. Deciding to stay in Bali is cool enough. And
yeah, because we did that recently. There might be some people who don't know that.
what?
The Kitas.
Oh yeah, I totally forgot to say. Yeah, so we've got our Kitas, which is like a 2-year visa to stay here. So we're definitely able to stay here for 2 years. And if the process is like any other country where I've ever lived, renewing it is a much easier process than trying to get it in the beginning. So that's something that's really awesome. And yeah, Bali's home. Bali was home for me the day I got here. That's the easy way to say it. Didn't matter what, I would try to stay here. I would done visa runs, come back here. Even when I left and tried to stay out of Bali, like, it literally was calling me. When I was like, I remember being in Malaysia and waking up in the morning, and I had like maybe 3 shirts with me. No, I had all my stuff with me, but I kept wearing my bintang shirt from Bali. And you remember that?
Yeah,
I was,
do.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I was with Dana in Malaysia as well. And I just was like, man, I miss Bali. I'm like, why did I leave? You know, and everyone's like, you need to go here. But it's like, when you find a place where you feel home, and for me, something like that, when I find a place that I want to think of as home, or a place of where I want to settle, there has to be a feeling of acceptance. And I feel that you all watching this, there's been the people you're drawn to, the things you like, you've always felt accepted there, whether it was something with your culture, or a home, or being part of a team, or at your work, any place you felt accepted. And look at the places where you didn't feel accepted. Most of the time you left, you moved away, and there's always this acceptance that's just huge, which I'm just realizing now. And Bali, I just feel like they accept everyone. They're so nice, they're so kind, and it's a genuine. Doesn't matter where you are. And a lot of places I've went to like this, people did that because it's a tourist, we can get money from them, so we'll be like this, you know, we'll smile when they're there, but they're literally laughing. Like, we've been at places, and I'm just like tapping Dana, like, look in the kitchen, and the people in the kitchen are just laughing.
So happy.
Yeah, exactly.
It's the best. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think that, Bali's home. Bali's home for, if anyone from Bali got this and you're connected and you want us to stay forever, no problem. Tell us what you need.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we've talked about it too, and you know, we both have a dream of having multiple homes around the world because we both are looking to create international change where we want to do our work and make a difference in the world isn't limited to one specific location. And so the ability for us to have homes in different parts of the world in order to be able to travel and have home bases there so that we can travel and be internationally speaking and, you know, doing things like book signings and touring and hosting retreats. That's really important to us.
Yeah.
And I knew from the moment that I landed in Bali as well that, you know, this is somewhere I will always have a home. This is somewhere that I will always consider one of my home bases and a place that I will want to invest my time, my energy, my money, all of these currencies. This is a place that I definitely want to invest those things because it's given me so much.
And that's the thing. And when you come here and you realize it, the biggest thing. Actually, can you talk to them on mic? Let me hold you up.
Is it good?
It's so good.
We'll get back at you.
No, I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah. The one thing about Bali is it taught me so much about, because when you think of Asia, everyone talks about backpacking Bali and all in Asia, Southeast Asia, because it's so cheap. So you think that, but then when you actually get here, you forget about the money and you understand that people here aren't making so much, but they're more happy than these people who are living in these countries where they're making 1,000 times what the people are here, and they're just a genuine happy people with a great culture. Everything there's not a reason why I'd be like, hey, I gotta get out of here. I mean, unless you really love to ski, then that would be that's the only thing I can think of. Even then, I mean, if you saw where we are right now, getting up here to this mountain, just put some skis on, you will slide down this mountain fast.
Yeah, you'll see it in the vlog, I'm sure.
Yeah.
If you could teleport someone here, who would it be?
Anyone here?
Yeah.
My niece.
Aww. How come?
Because she's full of joy and happiness. Yeah.
Cute.
Like most kids.
What's the greatest gift you've ever received?
The greatest gift. Or something physical or a thought or what?
Whatever. What's the greatest gift?
Greatest gift I've received. It's a good question. Greatest gift I ever received was appreciation from the people who I have helped transform their life from. Greatest gift.
Okay.
Tough question.
Wait. Selamat pagi.
Apa kabar?
What makes 34 special for you?
34 special? I'm still here. Still moving, still improving, still growing. I mean, that's special in itself. But special for the birthday. I mean, well, I'm here with you, but no, that I'm here with this new group of people that I've been having all this time, and they're still here at 34, and new people are gonna come, and yeah, that's really it. The simple things.
What was the most magical part of your day yesterday?
Magical part of my day yesterday. I would say, what's the magical part yesterday? Honestly, it was just, well, of course, being with you, but spending time with people who you care about and mean a lot to you, and to see them solely focused on you, almost like focusing on making sure that you're happy, and for it's like a day I didn't have to worry about, okay, what do I have to do for it was just like, oh, let's just be nice and receive and just enjoy, and seeing the people who you love happy, making you happy. That's like probably the most magical part.
Amazing. And check out this view.
And you're gonna ask me a question, that's why I was getting to sleep on my eyes. How about we just back the camera?
I wasn't gonna ask you a question,
You
but
were.
since you're prepared, why not? Let me just pull up the list. Would you jump out of a plane with a parachute? Rick Rich would like to know.
Well, if the alternative is jumping out of a plane without a parachute, then yes. If the alternative is not jumping out of a plane, then no.
I've asked Luke this question because I've been bungee jumping and skydiving, and I was trying to suss out whether I could get him to come with me.
Yeah, it's not off the table. But I take enjoyment watching other people do it and seeing them have fun.
There's a lot of other things on the table that Luke would use as a card to try to get out of the parachute card.
Yeah, I'd rather fly the plane and try to land it with no experience. Because somehow, technically, yeah.
Because then he'd have control.
Exactly. I think it would be an illusion of control.
Yes, he would have the illusion of control.
I was like, oh,
and that's
I
more
thought
comfortable for Luke.
I thought the landing gear was out.
Check it out, guys. If you could teleport anywhere in the world right now and have an experience with someone, what would it be?
I'd probably teleport home and just see my family real quick. And is it a two-way teleportation or is it one-way?
One way.
Oh, that changes.
Okay, fine. Two-way. You can have two-way.
Yeah, I'd just pop home real quick, say to my family, hey, I'm good, everything's all good, love you all, out. But if it was one way, then I probably would just maybe teleport to another island here in Indonesia. Probably, most likely.
Mm. And on that note, I Love Sundays wants to know, how often do you see your family and do they understand your travel bug?
I don't know if they understand it ever since I've been traveling for about 15 years. How often do I see my family? When I was in my season, I see them at Christmas time and for about 3 weeks during summer. And then it was like that for probably like the last 9 years. And that kind of was the thing. About 1 month a year, if I'm lucky. And now probably a little bit less than that now. Because now I'm on the move, on the go. And with everything going on in the world now even less time because of it's not as easy as it was before. So I'd say averaging a couple times a year. It's a big family, so some of them I see who come visit me. I see them more often than others. But yeah, that's the price of sometimes chasing your dream or what you really want to do. There's always a cost. There's always a sacrifice to it. Yeah.
Can I see? Where are we at, Luke?
We're in the middle of the jungle and being explained all this amazing stuff that I didn't even know exists.
By the amazing Made.
Yeah. Yay! He knows everything.
He does.
For him, it's just fun. We're here like, what is that? What is that? And he's like, oh, don't touch that plant. It'll kill you. And we're just like, wait, what? They all look the same to me. Well, yeah, it's surreal. For you, it's normal though. For you, it's like, oh, it's just like a normal walk.
It's still amazing. It's still amazing for me.
Really?
Otherwise, every day I come to this place, but it's still amazing.
Really?
Yeah, because I love the nature.
Yeah.
I love the nature.
And you have so much, it's everywhere. You're surrounded.
Absolutely. Because I love the green stuff around here. I love it very much.
Yeah. Amazing.
The green color.
Yeah.
What's your favorite story about yourself?
My favorite story about myself, that I'm in a jungle in Bali right now, but I was just a kid that was born in Cleveland. Just a little kid, a little chubby kid. And now 34 years old, and I'm in a jungle in Bali, being shown all this amazing nature.
True.
Yeah, it's the story itself that's amazing.
Your life is the story.
Exactly.
That's what I heard. Luke.
Yeah.
What's your favorite story about someone else?
Favorite story about someone else?
Yeah.
Someone that I know?
Yep.
Tough question. Favorite story.
I won't drop you all in the woods.
And let me try to think of my story while I try not to fall. Are we still recording, babe?
Yep.
I'd say that it's any story of the kinds of people I meet who aren't supposed to be necessarily where they are by statistics.
Yeah, good. I feel good. Thank you for asking. Any story.
Like an actual story.
Yeah. Someone you know.
I say from a person who I don't know, it would have to be Casey Neistat. Like, it wasn't a story, but it was the fact that he shared his story through vlog, and that was something totally new to me. Whoa.
Your favorite YouTuber.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's the coolest thing you've learned so far today?
Today, that knowledge is truly powerful, because being here in the jungle, it's this scary place. Like, there's nothing there, we can't survive. But when you know what you're doing, every single thing you need is in the jungle. You can literally build a home, everything to eat in there. The cups, as you can see right here, he's making the food that's being cooked over there as well.
He's trying to take control of my vlog.
Yeah, her blog.
It is.
Of course.
I decided to make it for his birthday.
So that makes it yours.
Yeah.
Okay. That makes you feel better. Yeah, everything you need is here. Literally everything. And it's kind of a good metaphor for life as well. I'm learning for myself. Like, wow, everything I need is around me. I just need to learn how to use it and harbor it the right way. And things that we saw, that tree that had rubber inside, but if you don't know what it is, you're like, oh, it's nothing. And really all you have to do is just cut it, the bark off, and all the juice and all that good stuff is inside. So let that be a lesson that I tell myself, that everything you need is around you. You just got to know. Knowledge is power.
What's the craziest thing you've learned about yourself? Not just today, but in the last 34 years.
That I was doing a great job and I really enjoyed my life and everything seemed great. And all that was based on so many things were limiting beliefs that I had. So changing those is going to change my life, but I felt like nothing was wrong. But like knowledge is power, after a while I realized, like, wow, so many things I was doing was very limiting myself, limiting people around me, and I was just like, but I was happy, so I just thought everything was okay. But really, I was only reaching a very small part of my potential. So the latest lessons that I have is that, wow, there's so much more to myself when I let go of things that no longer serve me. I was holding on to so many things that got me through in the past. And yeah, I'm just watching this over here, and it's just fascinating. But so much I learned was that, yeah, changing, even though everything's good in your life and you're enjoying it, there can be so much more when you let go of the things that no longer serve you in your life. And sadly enough, that means a lot of times people. Yeah.
Maddie L wants to know, what's the most surprising thing that's happened to you on your journey?
Journey. What do you mean by journey? Life? Or
Guess it's up to your interpretation.
most surprising thing. Well, I just woke up from a nap, so excuse the energy level. Most surprising thing, I would say the realization that it's okay to have a dream inside of a dream. Meaning, like, we dream about something, we want to accomplish this, and then once we get there, we just feel like we're going to sit there and just relax. And it's about understanding that once you get there, you might realize that you have a completely different dream, and that's okay. That was a big one. From like taking from an outsider perspective, looking at Luke, who loves basketball and living the dream of a basketball player, being able to just understand that, oh, he actually has a bigger dream than that. And then being able to say, okay, I made it to the top of this mountain, it's great. That one is great as well. And I want to go with that one. I don't have to just stick in one place. And I'd say that was the biggest thing for me. Because even now, that's the part that I think about the most. Like, how was I able to switch? How was I able to do that? Like, and understanding that it's okay to have a dream and to make it, and then to have another dream and have the ability to understand, oh, starting again at the bottom and make my way up there. That's yeah, it's admirable for people to try to do that. And yeah, that was the most surprising thing on my journey, that I'd be able to do that and then I'd find something more fulfilling. And yeah, hope that answers your question. Great question though. Wow, good question.
On the coolest story he's ever heard from someone, and it's because we went on a jungle excursion today and we heard something.
Yeah, I heard a crazy story, and it's interesting because maybe 20 minutes before then, I was asked what was the craziest story I had from someone. And I always find stories of triumph, stories of like fighting adversity against all odds, and it's like a really cool story. But this one topped everything. And to sum it up for you in less than a minute, if I can, we were asking our guide what they eat, and they said they've eaten everything. And they were like, well, there was this thing about monkeys, but I don't want to talk about it. So we had to inquire about it. And he said that when he was a kid, his grandfather, there were these monkeys taking all the food from their gardens. So they dug a hole and put bananas in the bottom of it to try to catch these monkeys. So he said they caught these monkeys in the hole. I know what you're thinking, like, oh, 4 or 5 monkeys in a hole, pretty crazy. No, 50 at least. Can you imagine 50 monkeys in a hole? And they're all there, and like, well, we have to like kill them. That's what they were gonna do, and eat them and everything. So what they did, they didn't go with guns. They went with a long stick. Imagine a hole, 50 monkeys inside. They have the stick, and they're trying to attack it. And when they went to hit one of the monkeys grabbed it and climbed out of this hole. Can you imagine the fear and terror as you're sticking in there trying to kill it, and it grabs it, and they start climbing out. And it's not a person who needs a lot of time. It's a monkey who's like this. And they start climbing out and running after them. And I can't even imagine our guide as a kid seeing these monkeys run at them. And basically, they all ran for their lives. They had no weapons. And he said for 2 years, he didn't go into the jungle because he knew that they'd recognize him and they were waiting for him. And later on, he told us that one of his friends who was there, they built a little hut on the edge of the jungle. And every time, I'm not even joking, guys, he said every time that it's cloudy and foggy outside, the monkeys come back. They lock their doors and they stay inside. And the monkeys are there in the when it's very cloudy because we're in high elevation. That was officially the craziest story that I've ever heard. Ever.
The most disturbing thing you've ever seen me do.
You do? Oh gosh. Where do I start? Most disturbing thing you've ever done? I mean, you've done a lot of stuff. I think disturbing is just the overall name of the book. If I had to point to the chapter that was probably the most like entertaining, or not entertaining, but just like, wow, how did you do that? That would have been when I was in my room and you came downstairs to show me something, and then you're like, okay, see you, and then you walked away, and you came to show me the compressed rice. So you had this compressed thing of rice, and you just have to open it, and you open it to show me how satisfying it was. And you had all this black rice, and then you just like walked away, and then I can see in my mirror as you walk around the corner, and then I just see your feet go in the air, and I hear you screaming, and I come out the door. We might have some footage of it that we'll upload right now.
No, you don't have footage.
Can you explain what happened? Like, how?
It fell.
I'm not gonna lie, I've been tripping over this every day as well. I don't know if it's raised up a tad bit or what. It's like a murder scene. Like, it's just your brains.
That's not good foreshadowing.
Yeah, and that's what I saw. And so what I'm thinking is just like what? Like, how did that happen? She tripped and fell. She was bleeding on her knee. The rice thing was just exploded everywhere on the ground. The dog is just staring at her. Luna's just like, what on earth? And I was just like, how that happened? You step up that step 100 times a day. The whole situation was just like, how? And then at the same time, if I would have sent that video to any of Dana's friends, they'd just be like, what's the big deal? She does stuff like this all the time. That was probably one of the most memorable.
You know what he's omitting, though? He's omitting the fact that literally within a minute of that happening, he was like, oh, I think this step is raising. I've been tripping on it too. I've stubbed my toe here every day this week, and you're not alone. But he makes it sound like I'm the anomaly.
Well, when it comes to what actually happened, you falling, you were alone.
But not in the tripping.
Of course not. Please
Yeah.
keep defending yourself.
I am.
It's very interesting.
I wasn't defending myself. I just wanted you to have full context of the story.
It's not the end of the scene. We're still rolling. She wiped out, and it was just like, how? Like, complete wipeout, complete bleeding on her knee, hand was bleeding, rice was everywhere, like a murder scene, basically. Like someone was killed with rice. Basically, that's what it was. That's the first one that comes to mind, because that was so like, you were just like, everything was fine, and then just, yeah. There's at least 50 other stories very similar.
What do all good things come to an end? What was your favorite part of this experience? Besides my singing, I understand. That's the number one.
My favorite part of the experience, the moment was just understanding that the jungle has everything that you need. Like everything you need, everything you want to make, everything to eat, everything we're seeing right now is made from something of the jungle. And I'm a big metaphor for life. We look at these things as big and scary, but once we understand it a little bit, makasi.
We'll miss you.
Yes, we will miss you. Yeah, it was a big metaphor, especially with the transformation I'm going through in my life. It's just like these things that look big and scary to us. They're not really big and scary. We just don't have the knowledge of it. Because for me, the jungle's scary. It's a scary place to go when it gets dark, like what to eat, the creepy crawly things. But for the locals who know everything about it, it's everything they need. All the food they need, the bamboo, the wood to build all this stuff, it's all found there. And that was probably the biggest takeaway that I got from it. Is physically seeing that, having someone there explain it to me, like, oh my gosh, like, this tree you can get rubber from, this tree you can eat this is rhubarb. And it's just like, what? If not, I would just walked all over that. I had no idea. And yeah, it's awesome having people to show you the way, which is why you guys should apply for coaching with me. Or Dana, as the camera slowly turns to her.
Oh my gosh, what is my hand doing?
Yeah.
We're back in the creation station, about to go get some food. Yes, we hear you, Lou.
I got my socks on the wrong way.
Our feet, the socks are on the wrong way.
Oh, man.
Our feature film is coming to a close.
Oh no.
How do you feel?
I feel sad that this feature film's over, but excited because there'll be more to come.
What do you think of the content?
The content is going to be epic.
Right?
And it just kind of goes to show you to just start. This is supposed to be just a cool, long vlog just about my birthday, and it turned out to be a feature-length film started on my birthday. Almost nothing to do about the birthday. That's what I think.
Well, it is.
True.
It's about your life up until 34.
It is. A little
All the
insight.
wisdom.
Yeah, insight for all of you all who purchased this. And as you guys know, I just gave this away to all of you, the patrons and also YouTube members. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this. And I have to give a special shout out to the wonderful, amazing Dana who filmed and thought of this entire thing. And to you all who purchased this will be used to take her on a nice treat as a surprise for filming and coming up with the idea really of the 34 questions. And also all of you all who participated and gave questions, thank you so much. And yeah, I guess I'll see you in the next feature film. Who knows what it's gonna be on? Stay tuned.
Lubba dub dub!
Boo! In the tub! Hey!